Hello guys, we are back on site. It's been a while. I told you my fundi had taken a short break. He had an emergency and it's been raining a lot. We don't have even a path to walk on. It's quite muddy and filthy, so we've assigned some of the guys a duty to just make a path for us to make it easy for us to walk into the house. The grass is also growing super fast because of the rains. I think I need to call the guy who does the cutting to just come and clear it. And our wood is finally going up. We are beginning the timber work today for the roofing. Let's go inside and just check what's up. The builders seem very busy up here, so I just want to check out what's going on. All the wood that was holding the gutter beam have been dismantled, and the joining of the fresh timber that is going to hold our roof is going on. So that over there is the gutter beam. I think there's some finishing work to be done on it before we do the roofing, and already I can see the frames going up. I promised you we are going to have a roof by the end of this week. So it's kind of messy up here with all the timber, nails, and one really has to be careful here. And this is how they join the timbers to make them longer for the longer areas of the roof. And I'm so happy that I don't have to spend more on the wood. You remember I told you guys I didn't get enough of the feet needed by the fundi, but whatever I did seems to be enough. And I'm so happy. It looks like the coat wasn't done well. And there'll even be some pieces left after they're done. So looking down there, you can see how wet it is. Those shiny areas are waterlogged areas. So that's the pathway we were making using some unneeded timber. So we have a dry place to walk on. I think the next project is going to be making that pathway very dry, walkable, and for all seasons. So we are going to work on that. It's the next project, I promise. Access is really important. So the guy who's doing the cutting of the grass has just arrived and he's just started. I think it's much easier doing it with this, but the other time I used the guys around to cut it down, it was so bushy. This machine works best when it's a bit not so bushy, that is. So much of the work he's going to be doing today is just keeping it neat and manageable, but we have some very uneven land over here which we will need to do leveling. I've ordered for red soil which we are going to add here, and then we can plant grass, the grass that we need. This has to go because it's not the right grass for a lawn. It's some wild swamp grass and it's so stubborn. So we just have to dig the entire yard, then add the red soil and plant new grass. That's going to be a lot of work, but nothing really comes easy. If you want the best, you just go to work for it. Someone asked why we are not using a lawnmower on this. Fine, we have a lot of stones and a bit of materials from the site, so we cannot just roll a lawnmower with all those things here. A lawnmower needs a real lawn. Otherwise, the stones and all the metals left on the ground are going to damage it. Our yard is quite big and there's a lot of work to be done. but I always love to help out. I really find it satisfying watching the grass cutting process, and raking after the cutter is some exercise for me. I love how neat the grass looks after cutting, and how my little trees just pop out of the ground. When it's bushy, they are kind of not so visible. They hide in the little bushes, but once cleared, I can see all my trees. I still have a lot of planning to do, especially on the layout of the entire yard or the entire parcel of land. I'll be putting up a chicken coop. I have to build a store. I have to build a servant's quarter. I know some people find the word servant offensive, but that's what we call it here. It's an SQ. And because I'll be having someone living here, a farmhand or a watchman, a security guard, so I have to also build them a house. I'm planning to have a section as a garden, and then I also have to keep 2 cows. Someone told me when I keep one, then that cow will be lonely, so I'll have 2 of them. So just planning all that is not easy. What goes where? So that's the biggest challenge I'm having now, because planning a home and making it look very neat with all those things on the ground is not easy. I will not be hiring any professional to help with that. I'm a self-taught planner and landscaper, so I will be doing that by myself. I'm just going to have to draw it and just lay it out the way I'd love it to be. I want a very simple and neat home with a lot of space left for the lawn. I love space both indoors and outdoors, so I'm considering not having so many structures within my home. My land is L-shaped, so the L part, the part that forms the L, I think that is the area I'm going to use for the chicken coop, the garden, and the pen. All those things I want to put them far away, so that when you are within the home, you don't even get to see the chickens and all those things. They'll be in a very separate place. And I think I'll also be creating a gate that goes onto that other side. So I'm going to divide this land into 2, so that we don't have smell from the animals coming into the house. So our frame is already taking shape. You can see up there, that is where the iron sheets will be laid, and then the wall will be built higher past the frame, because we are going to have a hidden roof, and part of the roof is going to pop out, like in the picture I'm going to show you here. I honestly can't explain how I feel right now that I'm finally doing this roof. This has been my biggest challenge, and now I see myself moving into this house very soon, because the plastering work, I guess, is not going to take a lot of time. But we have a section of the kitchen that we are going to demolish and extend a bit. My kitchen was a bit small from the plan, and as someone who loves cooking, I really need a big kitchen. So with the roof, I think I'll be done with the structural bit, and now we begin the finishing bit, which is the main challenge. I understand it's quite expensive, but for the designs, I know Pinterest is going to come through for me. I also used Pinterest to design my house, so I trust Pinterest for the finishing too. And I was just chilling when the NCA guys showed up. They always come to inspect sites to see if we are complying with the rules and all the regulations set. So that's all the update for today, guys. I will be coming to you with all the updates as we progress. The yard is looking quite neat and my trees and flowers are all popping out. And I like that some of the trees that I grew earlier are already big and I now have a shade. It's very important to have a shade in your home. There will be very sunny days when it's hot indoors and hot outdoors, and the only place you can find some cool is under a shade. So I have that huge shade there. All I need to add is a picnic table or something like that. Thank you for watching, and remember to give the video a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Bye bye and happy holidays.